to build, and onward to progress we surely will. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation. So come let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come my brother, come my sister, and let us build a nation together. So much of things that we need to see about. Surely I do have to spell them out. Cause you know as well as I do, the only way is put in more effort and less play. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production.
Welcome to the Dynamic Hour. Again, another opportunity that you and I have to converse using radio and social media to connect. I thank God Almighty for innovation, for technology, just to be able to reach you wherever you are. And in some instances, you're far away, but because of technology, I'm able to connect with you. I want to encourage those on Facebook and YouTube, please share the live. Sharing is caring. When you do, you give your friends, your colleagues on your page, your platform, that opportunity to view, to follow how social media works. You have, let's say, 200 friends on Facebook, all right, or 200 friends on WhatsApp. If you share the live, the link, then they will get that opportunity to view, to follow, to be a part of this whole conversation, all right? So I want to urge you to please share it, share it. I supposed to have my good friend on this morning, strangely, I didn't follow up with her. So let me see if I can link up to chit chat with her a little later. All right, let me just see if I can send that to her there. All right, so just bear with me a little while. Conversation yesterday, I should have sent this to her. All right, so I want to start off by saying to you, there seemed to be a deliberate attempt, right? A deliberate attempt by the opposition party and by their surrogates and pundits to make you believe that heaven is falling down and that there is problems everywhere. They complain every single day, they grind, they groan, and it's kind of expected because the NDC administration is coming out from a very successful independence celebrations, right? At least reaching the climax of that very successfully, and everyone is talking highly about it, all right? Everyone is talking highly about it. Let me just call my good friend here to say to her she can just follow the link and we can link up. All right, let me just.
To build a strong and better nation, I say that is the main foundation. So come let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come, my brother, come, my sister, and let us build a nation together.
Right. So my good friend Tessa Ann, if you're listening, check your WhatsApp so we can, link up because I sent you that link there. So I was saying to you that they will continue to make you believe that everything is bad, right? Because they're targeting certain programs. They're targeting the school feeding program. They're targeting the minimum wage. They're targeting the increase that public servants received. So they're targeting these different programs because it's a bread and butter issue. All right. A parent having a child or two in a school, that parent or parents have to find $2 every day to give that child or the two kids to get a hot meal. That is what existed. All right. So targeting them to say, well, the government announced that it is free, right? And you're still paying. So then they want you to focus on blaming the government for that. But I am saying, folks, it is an administrative issue. So the people who supposed to administer the program, who's supposed to make sure that the schools get the supplies, the people supposed to make sure that the school is informed because the government announced policy. The administrators within the different ministries, they then need to act upon that. All right? They then need to communicate with the principals of the different schools to say to them, schools are now permitted to give students the hot meal free. They don't have to pay. So it's an administrative issue. And that is why when I hear the Public Workers Union making noise about this and noise about that, it is their workers, their members who are messing up the whole program and government's programs and initiatives, right? In other words, the policymakers, the executive arm of government, made a pronouncement, made or stated a policy. This is what they will do. The administrators, the PSAs, the chief education officers or officer, the area education officer, the principals. So you have a kind of hierarchy system. What's supposed to happen? They're supposed to communicate that to the principals because the principals will not take on their own and just cut the $1 from the program. They will not do that. They are waiting on the ministry. The ministry must send a circular or a letter, some communique to the principals to say to them, the lunch is free. All right? So there seemed to be an administrative issue. So the policymakers, they already made that policy clear. It is free hot meal for every child once they need it. in the schools, in the public schools. All right? They no longer have to pay. But I am saying it is a policy issue. Not a policy issue. It's an administrative issue, not a policy issue. The policy is already established, right? So those who have to do their work must do their work within government, within the various ministries, because government already supplied the schools with what they need to cook. And I'll get to that momentarily. Because remember, initially, the NNP and the surrogates were targeting the school feeding program to say, well, some schools did not get their supplies, and look the situation. And we know that school just started when the NNP pundits and surrogates came out on radio attacking government, because they don't care about the administrators and the people within the ministries who have to do the work. The NNP is more concerned about NDC and about the ministers of government, because they want to score political points. They want to make them look bad. All right? So I am saying to you, that has been remedied, that has been solved. The supplies were delivered to all the schools. So now, because government announced that it is free meals, free hot meals in the schools, the administrators in the ministries, what's supposed to happen, they're supposed to pass that information to the principals. And this thing is basic. Pass that information via a letter to the principals of the schools to say it is free meal. There are some principals who did not wait for that letter. They went ahead because they heard the policy announced by government. There are some principals who went ahead and, not collect that dollar from the students, right? So they giving them the meal free. So they got the supply, they're giving them the meal free. And the majority of people who are complaining about that are NNP supporters, because predominantly so, the NNP supporters would be more dependent on a hot meal per day for the kids in schools. And that's a fact. So the people who are complaining the most are NNP supporters, because they cannot provide for their kids, because the NNP make these people poor. The NNP kept them poor for 23 years and a half. So they became dependent on the state for nearly everything, right? For health, for education, for housing, for just to get by, just to survive, the poor relief assistance, and we can go on and on. So they're the ones who are complaining the most about having to pay that $1 still, when the government announced that policy of the free hot meal per day in the schools, right? So it's an administrative issue. And it's the same thing with the minimum wage. The government announced a policy, and then they put out the minimum wage order. So there were consultations. A lot of the NNP supporters did not go to the consultations. They did not. And then they call radio programs and complain, well, why we are not getting this? Why we are not included? Why we're this? Why we're that? They did not go to the consultations that were in the communities and in the parish and so on. Right? So the administrative arm of the ministry, they need to do their work to have oversight, to make sure that there is compliance on the part of the hotels and private sector generally. Because if you say that no one should be working for less than $60 a day or $1,200 a month, then that should be across the board, meaning private sector and the public sector. And even within the public sector, there are workers who supposed to get that increase. And because the administrative arm of government is not working the way it's supposed to, then these people are not receiving that, or they didn't get it as yet. And then they call radio programs, they complain, they grind, they groan. But it is not the policymakers' problem, wholly and solely. Yes, there should be leadership where the policymaker, who is the head of the ministry, I mean, yes, we know administratively it will be the PS, but the policymakers, right, the cabinet, they need to give directives to say X and Y, do this and do that, right? So we need to see more of that happening, because we're seeing the policy being announced, in some cases, laws being enacted to carry out the policy. But when it comes to the administrators within the ministries, they are not doing what they're supposed to do. So they're sabotaging the government somewhat. And in some instances, they're deliberately doing that, trying to undermine the government. We know that everything cannot happen perfectly immediately. We know that there will be little problems, little teething problems and so on, with different programs that you roll out, different initiatives that you roll out. We know that. We can't get it perfect on one go. But some of these people within the ministries, they are sabotaging the government because they want to give NNP an edge. They want the NNP to have something to talk about. Because the NNP, they are good for nothing. The NNP is a piece of trash, in my view. They complain, they grind, they groan, they have no vision, no programs, no initiative, no suggestions, no recommendation, nothing like that. They're a piece of trash for a political organization, right? They're not the biggest concern here. The biggest concern is the people within the different ministries. Some of those PSCs, they're not pulling their weight. They're not doing what they're supposed to do. They expect our beloved Prime Minister to tell them what to do. They expect the ministers to tell them every single thing that they have to do, that they have to do. Some of them intentionally sabotaging the government, and government needs to make a move to change up some of those PSAs, change them up, and some of those senior administrative officers within those different ministries. Because something as simple as sending a letter from the Ministry of Education to all the public schools to say to them that the hot meal that you prepare in the schools, they are free. Just like that, something as simple as that, they are free. Because government is supplying the goods to the schools. Also, something as simple as making sure that the Imani trainees who are in the kitchen and so on, right, get, because many of them, they were collecting $700 a month. Government announced that they would add $500 to the Imani trainees' salary to bring it up to $1,200. So what that means, a person who is working, or a Imani trainee who is working for $700, they will now get $1,200. A Imani trainee who is working for $1,000 will get $200. So that will bring it up to 12. But those nasty, bad-minded lumpengs in the NNP, they want the Imani trainees to believe that everybody across the board will be getting $500. Those NNP, watch me, they're not good for this country, you know. They're dangerous. So they call programs and they say, well, they promise you $500, but you get $200. So those who used to get $700, they're now getting $12. So that's $500 the government put on it. Those who used to get $800, they're now getting $400 more, so they're getting $12. That's $400 they added. Those who are getting $9, they're getting 12. So the government added 300 more. Those who are getting 1,000, they get 200 on it. So they're getting 12. So you equalize the thing across the board. All right? But the NNP is saying to the same Imani trainees, well, the government said they're going to give you 500, right? But you used to work for 1,000, you're getting 1,200, so they added 2 more. Well, hello, it is 2 more that they didn't have. Those who are working for 7, it is 500 more that they didn't have. That is the level of barbarism, for want of a better word, that we have in this country. You know, a lot of people who support the NNP, they are so damn illiterate that basic things they cannot understand. Basic things, but they're mischievous. They're nasty and they're mischievous. But I am saying, administratively, there are cooks who are working for $800. And all that the administrative arm within the ministry needs to do is to make sure that these people are brought up to the $1,200. That's all, you know. So that they get the $400 too. So you communicate that to Ministry of Finance so that these people can get their money too. Simple thing like that. The increase of 4% or whatever. All the administrative people within the ministry need to do is to find out from all their workers. And they will know. They know all their workers. They will know who need to get the 4% or whatever percent or the benefits. So the Public Workers Union, what they need to do is to speak to their members, to say to them, pull their weight and do the damn work that they're paid to do, instead of going out there and making all kind of noise. Your workers, they're the ones who are sabotaging the government. But I am saying to the government and to the ministers, you have to start giving directives and disciplining those who do not follow your directives. You have to start doing that, right? Clear cut. We cannot allow this thing to continue like that. We just can't. I'm supposed to speak to my good friend Tessa, Tess and Alexander. Good. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, Cam.
I'm not seeing you. You have
Yes,
to put on your video.
I'm just realizing that. Let me see if I can allow the camera. Hi,
No
good
problem.
morning.
Right. So good morning. So we're seeing you now and you're actually live, right?
Yes, I am.
Right. Beautiful.
Good morning.
So
Thank you so much. I'm sorry about the delay.
No, it's no problem. No problem. No problem. No problem at all. All right. So Tessa is there.
Tessa is actually not here, but she's gonna call in a minute. We have a video shoot scheduled for her today, and everything is running a bit late with them.
Oh, I see.
So, what she asked if it's possible, if you can
Right.
dial her in, or is it that she has to dial herself in?
Yeah, she can actually call in. I sent her the link. So let her
Okay.
just call in. All right.
All right. No
With the
problem.
same link. All right.
All right.
Plenty love.
Thank you.
Nice. Okay. So the same link. Nice. Good. So I am saying, folks, that it is important that we understand what is at play here. Some of the ministers need to become, tough on the PSAs and on the senior administrative officers and senior management within those different ministries. They need to become tough on them to carry out the directives, to carry out the instructions of the cabinet to get this thing going smoothly. Because we just came from independence celebrations where everything went smoothly, everything nice and dandy. The NNP is trying to kill the momentum by bringing up all of these things. And these things are administrative issues. Administrative, nothing more than that. The people within the ministries who are supposed to carry out their duties, their role, and do the work, they're not carrying it out. They're not doing their work. A lot of them is sabotaging government. I remember in the lead up to the independence celebrations, you had a certain individual within the Ministry of Health who is a known NNP who is out there trying to create panic and scare because that individual is some PRO or some communication person within that ministry. I'm telling you, trying to do that, but we were able to prevent that from happening, right? But that is what the individual was doing, and they gave that individual free platform on GIS and other places to bump his gum. And non-NNP, who should not be there, thanks to Ann Peters, the individual is, remain there, right? Let me try to connect with my good friend here. Good morning, hey, Tessa. Tessan, hello.
There. Okay. It is there.
Hi, Tessan. Yeah, you're actually live.
Yes, you have me.
Yes. How are you doing? How are you doing, my dear? You're actually live. All right. All right. Are you hearing me from your end? Hello. Are you hearing me from? All right. So, hello. Hi, Tessan.
Oh,
Good
hi,
morning.
Cam.
Hi, how you doing?
I don't hear you.
Yep. All right, but I am hearing you.
I can't hear you, Cam. I don't know why.
All right, but I am hearing you from my end.
Yes.
Yeah, so
You want me
have,
to try again?
yeah, but you would have to adjust the volume on your end, right? Because I am hearing you loudly. All right. So adjust the volume from your end, because I'm hearing you loudly on my end. I'm hearing everything that you're saying. So adjust the volume when you call me. Adjust your volume on your mic so you can actually hear me like that. So I am saying, folks, the system itself is structured in such a way that these public officers, and a lot of them, they are known NNP activists within the Royal Grenada Police Force, is the same thing too. You have a lot of NNP activists who are working overnight to sabotage the system. So what you need the leaders within those different organizations to take charge. Take charge of those organizations. Take charge of those ministries. You have to take charge, or else they will make you look bad. You have to put on your feet and take charge. All right, let's try that again. Hey, Tessan, good morning. How you doing?
Excellent. I'm doing really good this morning. Thank you, Cam Jones.
Right. So, folks, this is Tessan. That's the correct pronunciation.
Yes, Tessa
Tessan.
and Alexander Strawn.
Beautiful. Right. She was very good at my event. I mean, she put on a real good, performance at the Radisson, and she's about to go and record a new song. Tell us about that, Tessa. Tell us about the whole production at my event. Tell us a little about that, and then let's go quickly into your new song and what you intend to do. It's really about promoting Grenada. It's really about highlighting the richness of our culture and our people.
Exactly. Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. My name is Tessa Ann Alexander Strawn, and born Grenadian living in Canada. And last year I decided to start writing poetry. And the first poem what came to me was my grandmother. I'm not the kind of a person who sits and write. It comes to me, and when it comes to me, I have to take it. So I wrote my grandmother poem. And it's just telling people, the poem is about memories of my grandmother. And I wanted to share it with my people because I know a lot of us have grandmothers who had looked after us, and some of us we have lost, and some of them are still here with us, thank God. And I just wanted to share that memory of our grandmothers who have taken the burden of looking after us as kids while our mothers travel or work, or maybe even stayed in the same house with our grandmother. But our grandmother did so much. So I really wanted to honor our grandmothers, and that's how the poem came out.
Right. So that particular uh, poem you did at the event, it was really to our grandmothers.
Exactly,
Right.
exactly.
You want to give us a little piece of that?
Okay, I will. My grandmother. Grandma, oh, mama, grandma, oh. My grandmother. My grandmother name was Evelyn Jeremiah, was born in a place named Davie in St. Patrick in beautiful Grenada. Yes, that was my grandmother. My grandmother used to help the people in her community, especially the women, when they were in labor to have their babies. My grandmother, Evelyn, was my mother's midwife. She was the first one who saw me, who held me, named me, cut me near the string, and buried underneath a mango tree. Yes, that was my grandmother. My grandmother Evelyn made the best bread in Sates. We used to call it Miss Evelyn bread. She used to sell it to the people. My grandmother used to wake up 4 morning and go to the bushery, hold tittery, wash clothes while we bathe in the river and suck mango. Yes, that was my grandmother. My grandmother used to speak patois. My grandmother even used to say things like, one day, Congo te, capo smoke your pipe, kote si kote la, bonje, Papa God. My grandmother taught me how to kneel and pray. Used to take me to church on a Sunday. Yes, that was my grandmother. My grandmother even used to sell gravels, sand, and stones. Yes, even tittery. She used to burn coals and sell so she could make money to feed her family. Yes, that was my grandmother Evelyn, and my mother and my family in St. Patrick in beautiful Grenada helped shape me for the woman that I am today. So my question to you is, who shaped you? And what is a grandmother's spirit? Grandmother, oh, mama, grandmother, oh. Thank you.
Yes, I could have sat here and taken some more of that, and you ended so quickly, right? Yeah, it was rich, and many people talked about it thereafter. In other words, the connection, because that kind of looking back, retrospection, nostalgic feel, boy. I want that to still be there. Why we not getting it? That was really rich and beautiful, as someone is saying here, very powerful. And I want to commend you because that aspect of the production, and not only that, you coming on the stage at that particular time really caused the thing to kick off. All right. So our ancestors, they would be really happy with this particular tribute to our grandmothers.
Thank you.
Right? But
Thank
you're
you.
going to the studio, you're going to do something again.
Yes. And when I did that poem, I didn't just want to get the mic and just repeat, recite the poem. I wanted to put some drama into it too.
Yes.
So I got the drummers and I got the dancer. And so it was a whole production. We practiced a lot. I had to leave my family down in Woburn and Grannans and head to Grenville to do the practice with the people that I choose to help me with the poem. And it was a blessing because they came from Sates and the drummers and the dancers. And it was really, I was so grateful that they could be part of what I was doing. And they understood the project. They understood it so well that today I'm out in Sates again to do some videos and photo shoots with them. And because as a Grenadian, anything I could give back, this is where it starts right now for me.
Beautiful. So you're actually now doing a production for this same poem.
Yeah, exactly.
Because this poem is
Exactly.
rich, right? It's really rich.
Thank you.
And it will
Thank you.
resonate, it will connect with a lot of people, not just Grenada, but throughout. And that is what I love about it. It's somewhat universal because our grandmothers, they worked damn hard to
Very
raise us, to bring us up. And that's where everyone used to be and go and that kind of stuff. Even if you and your mother have your little how, you're going to fall back with your grandmother. She's going to
exactly,
treat you, man.
exactly,
To be okay there. I
exactly.
really love that. I really love that poem. And
Thank,
I can see big things down the road for you,
thank
Mr.
you.
Mr. John.
Thank you. And
Yeah.
so today, and even today, yesterday, I was in the studio getting my song together. I still have to go back today. And this song that is coming out is Sweet Grenada. And again, you know, as I say, I never sit down and say I have to write. It comes to me. And that song that I'm going to be releasing soon is a song what came to me after dropping off my daughter in the train station on a Sunday morning, early Sunday morning, driving on the road of Pickering, and I'm getting towards a traffic light, and here comes this song just came to me, and I'm like, oh my God, I gotta remember that song. And I drove as fast as, well, not over the limit of the speed, but I drove and I get home and I'm like, God, just remind me to remember that song. And he did. And that's how this Sweet Grenada song started, from the road drive while I was driving. And I
Right.
can't wait for people to hear it. It's like an anthem. It's a song that every time I sing it, it's like it have me even asking myself, where the hell did I get that song from? But I know where it came from. God Almighty's put it in me, and He just want me to share it with people.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, I would not ask you to give us anything out of that yet,
No,
right? Because
thank you.
we are waiting with great expectation to hear from you, and at least you would share that with me, and I would share it with the
Yes,
public, that particular song. So, Tessa, I know you're very busy today. I want to wish you all the best, and
thank
thank
you.
you for being a part of the production down there. And you did it freely,
Welcome.
free. You know,
Thank
I, you've
Listen,
always been, you
Kem
have always
Jones,
been
Kem
featured.
Jones, you said it before, and I'll say it again. You said the word, and when I heard the word, I said, "Wow!" You said that's my partisan. Is it?
Yeah, yes,
Am
yes,
I saying the word right?
yes,
Yes.
you're
So
correct.
you know how we go. You know how the thing roll with
Right.
me and you. So thank
Yeah,
you for allowing me to share my poem in your gala. And I want to see again our 50th anniversary for our independence. I so happy that I was part of it. I was here and I am still here. And let me tell you, as a people, we have to put our heads as one. We are a great nation. We are a great people. So
beautiful,
if we put our head together, you could imagine how much wonderful things what will happen. So again, happy anniversary to our 50th.
beautiful.
And the
Thank you.
community for the independence did a wonderful job. Thank you.
I fully agree. Thank you very much, Mrs. Strawn. You're a darling, and you're my good partisan.
Thank you. Oh, yes, we are.
Take care.
Take care, everybody.
All right, City.
One love.
Nice.
Okay, bye bye.
Yes, yes, that's a very nice lady indeed. I can tell you. All right, very very nice indeed. So, getting back to what I was saying earlier, the whole issue that we have to fix is the administration of the policies of government. There seems to be a serious problem where that is concerned. A serious problem. So I want to urge those ministers of government to take charge of your ministry. Do not just allow the PSAs or the senior administrative officers to just slow down things, to keep things that can easily be done within short order, to drag on and drag on and drag on. You have to take charge because what they're actually doing, they're giving NNP things to say. That is what they're actually doing because the NNP has nothing to say. They're going to complain, yes, but nothing of substance, right? All they do is complain, grind, and groan, nothing deep. And Grenadians are seeing that every single day. So things as basic as sending a letter to all the schools to say to them, the school feeding program is free. And hear this. We need to see the principals communicating with the PTA, the Parent Teachers Association, in every school. Empower them. It's their children that's going to the schools in any case. Let them take the initiative to find out within the community the people who have fruits, the people who have provision, ground provision, right? Who have banana, green bananas, blogger, yam, and so on, and mobilize these things within the community and bring it to the schools. Government don't have to bring everything to the schools. Where's the PTA of those different schools? And where is the community? Where's the community? You believe that the government has to go and buy the fig, buy the blogger, buy the yam, buy everything, buy the citrus and bring it in the schools every day for your children to get a hot meal? So because the government says it's free, it means that you have oranges, grapefruit, lemon, and so on, spoiling in your backyard. You're not going to go spoil and so on. You're not going to take it and bring it in the school so they could make the juice with it. But you're going to pick up a damn phone and call a radio station and blah, 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 blah all day about some dollar, and the government say it's free, and take yourself out of this slavish mentality. Take yourself out of this servitude. You're still being a slave. Empower yourself. Empower yourself. The school is in the community. So I am saying, yes, the government will provide the meat. Yes, the government will provide some of the basic things, the rice, the spaghetti, the macaroni, these kind of things. The ketchup, the mayo, all this old them junk, the trash. They're going to supply that. Right? Because you expect them the oil, the this, the that, the sugar, the butter, you expect them to do that. All right? So you expect them to do that. So government will provide that. But when it comes to things like fruits and vegetables and ground provisions and so on, so you can't do that in your community? That thing spoiling in our communities. Huh? The NNP should take the initiative, right? Take the initiative and go and mobilize and organize these things instead of you picking up a phone every day and call a radio station. Those pundits, right? So, Devon Romain, Panames, take the initiative. You're an NNP activist, in my belief. Clifford Bridgman, take the initiative. You're always talking about agriculture. Huh? Anne-Marie Aban, you're big for nothing. Take the initiative. Mobilize and organize fruits and vegetables within the community because it's spoiling, and bring it to the school. Right? Chatters on the streets. Take the initiative. Take it. Emlyn Pierre, Kate Lewis, Nolan Cox, Keith Mitchell. Who is the next one? I don't know their names. First, they're useless in society. What's the next one? What's the next one name again? Clarice Modest. And all about you, Peter David, my good partner. Take the initiative. Where you all cannot initiate something now. Start something now. Only complaining, grinding and groaning and talking all your pile of rubbish. Jenny Simon. No, she's not Simon. Repair. No, she's not Repair anymore. Jenny Simon. Take the initiative now. Sheldon Cat Scott. Take the initiative by Mosquito Man still raining? Mosquito Man. Take the initiative. Prince James, what is the colored boy? What is his name again? Take the initiative now. You only there and bumping all your mouth. Huh? Take the initiative. Big Carl Caton. You know, take the initiative. You only there on a radio talking stupidness. Take the initiative and mobilize and organize things within the community and bring it to the schools now. Do that. And let us talk good about all you. All you, they can't start nothing. They can't initiate nothing. They can't do nothing, you know. What's wrong with this waste of time on them? Oh, government need to do that. Government need to do that. The principals, you need to empower the PTAs within the different schools so that they can identify people with farms within the community, garden and so on within the community. Is their grandchildren or their children, or they pass through the school? So you're telling me that they go leave the gospel, leave the lime, leave the lemon, leave the all them different citrus, like just spoil? Huh? You know? Watch me. Orange, right? The what's that? Someone mic default. Let me see something. The tangerine, I don't know what's going on here now. Something with this mic and all kind of stupidness. Anyways, are you hearing me? Are you hearing me? The folks on right. I am saying, right? The tangerine, we are not hearing you, right? There's something normally happens with this. You're good now. Somebody say you're good now. All right, good. So you're hearing me now. All right. Something with this thing, I don't know. All right, let me see something. All right. Anyways, so I am saying here, folks, there is a need for us to reconnect. Look at Tess Ann Alexander Strawn. She just spoke about our grandmothers, right? That is what used to happen. That is what used to happen. I am simply saying we need to see more being done in our communities where you have a school. So you have a school existing. You have oranges spoiling in your backyard. So I was telling you about the orange, the tangerine, and I would just cut that, squeeze it without sugar, anything natural sweet, natural sweetness you're getting, natural vibes. You don't need to put sugar in it. You know? Force it. You just you cut it, you squeeze it, and the color nice and orange. You put up a lemon, you put a tangerine, you put an orange, you know, and nice. You're getting a full glass of citrus, fresh. Yeah. So this thing is spoiling gospel. If you want the children appetite to open up, you're giving them the gospel juice, the swivel sweet, as we would say it, swivel orange. Nice. So I am saying this thing is spoiling. When you have citrus in Grenada, you have a lot. When you have cashew, you have a lot. Yeah? When you have banana, green bananas, it being just like the citrus and so on too, you know. All of them one time. Fig first, so we call it fig. But, you know, green bananas. Blogger, same thing. Plantain, same thing. So you telling me that because the government says it's free, those bad-minded, ruthless NNP and them, good for nothing, going to call radio programs, right, in the morning and say, well, the government said it's free. So they need to provide this and provide that. A little damn bad-minded in this place. You're not too bad-minded, right? Hello? Hey?
Sorry to disturb you, but listen to me.
Hold on, let me, hold on. Yeah, one sec, folks. Let me just bring him in on, all right, Bluetooth, hold on. All right. Right, go ahead now. You're live.
Right. There is a guy in Vincent, and I don't afraid to call him because what I'm saying is the truth. The man have a grapefruit tree. There is more fruits on the tree than leaves. And the man is not selling one. He said, whoever wants, come and take. Came, the man is living very close to Vincent School. I just go and pick the fruits, squeeze it and make juice for the children to in Lara with the cricket. My mother have lemon tree. The lemon tree branches is being broken with the fruits on it. Can nobody don't asking you, you really can get sale for it. But if you come and ask, the schools could get it. The schools could get it, but you see, we so bad-minded as a people that as long as you find they, and let me tell you something again, they don't want it, you know, but they're making sure that nobody else gets it. That's the level of bad mind we have in this country. And don't expect it to change in the near future.
No, and I am saying the same thing too. I cannot
Oh.
understand. How is it this thing is spoiling in the backyard, spoiling right in the community? So you're telling me that those NNP who bump in the gum cannot take the initiative to mobilize and organize these things and bring it to the schools or the PTA?
If you call Kokit is living less than 4 minutes away, walking distance from Vincent School. And this man say he does.
Oh boy, sorry for that. Boy, sorry for that. All right, 1 minute there. I was trying to. I mistakenly cut you off there, my brother. All right, I was trying to get my partner to reconnect us. All right, sorry,
but the
sorry, I mistakenly because I was connected to the system. Sorry for that, there, my brother. Yeah, but you're correct. You're correct. Sorry for that, day. I was trying to have Kim reconnect us there because we had some problems there earlier. All right, about 10 minutes ago. All right. I was trying to get Kim to reconnect us on the radio itself. All right, but I'm not successful there. But here it is. So I am simply saying, folks, this thing is basic. So the NNP folks, they're calling a radio program and crying and blaming this and blaming that. But why they can't take the initiative? Take the damn initiative now. Huh? Or you want somebody to come and tell you to do it? Take the initiative and go in the community where the schools are located and mobilize the fruits and vegetables and mobilize those things and bring it to the school. Because remember, the government cannot provide the fresh this and the fresh that and the fresh vegetable and all these things. They can't do it. They can't. But the PTA and the people, you're a political party, only they complaining. What you need to do, take the initiative. You want Kem Jones to come and do it too? Huh? You want me to do everything then? Take the initiative. Because there are people within our communities where you have lemon, you have oranges, you have lime, you have tangerine, you have mandarin, you have grapefruit, you have them things spoiling, you have ghost posts spoiling right in the backyard of the schools. I am saying mobilize it, organize it, and bring it to the schools. Bring it to the schools. The schools are in our communities. What's wrong with these folks and them? But it's the administrative arm of government that we have a serious problem with. They have to carry out certain policies and they're not doing it. So, late payments and so on. They're doing that deliberately. Late payments and, the increase and the this and the that. The same public servants, and some of them trying to sabotage the government. Some of them, they're NNP activists and they're within the system trying to mess up the government. But you see, sometimes you have to become a dictator as a minister. Sometimes you have to be a dictator as a minister to get certain things done. And let them know you as that. You have to do that. You have to put on your feet and make them know who's in charge and let them carry out their duty. Because you have a lot of lackeys within those different ministries undermining the government so that the NNP could get something to say. That is exactly what's happening, Come on. We need to see those ministers putting down their feet. Put down your feet and take control. Or else those NNP and them, they go ride you over. Because they don't have no good intention. I'm telling you. They don't want to see you there. I am saying we have too many things spoiling in gardens and so on. And all you need to do is to go and mobilize it. Organize the thing. Go and mobilize and organize the thing. Come on, man. Come on. Hold on. The program's still here. Yeah, we need to see more of that happening within our country and our communities. We need to see that, man. Come on. There are too many things, right in our community, so many things spoiling. But you pick up a phone and call program and cry and scream about the school feeding program and some dollar that the students have to pay and so on. Yes, the government said it's free. And I know the people who are supposed to send the letters to the principals, they're not doing what they're supposed to do within the ministries. Sabotaging. That's how they operate. Right? But what's about the PTAs? What about the people who close by, who could mobilize that thing and bring to the schools and say, because they could pulp the thing, they could pulp it, they could squeeze it and freeze it. And the thing could stay there for a long, long time, Months, they could use it. Yes, they could freeze the thing like block of ice. You're doing it the same way. And you could make juice with it for weeks and weeks and months for the kids. Come on. You have tomatoes when in seasoning a lot. You could freeze it. You could freeze the tomatoes and use it for certain things. Right? There's also some other things. When in season, it's just lop and cut all about the place. Look at breadfruit. Breadfruit making all kinds of things on the ground. We could do things with those stuff and the schools could benefit. We have people right here. Everything for you all is just money, money, money. Government that do spend this and spend that to feed your child or your children. Huh? What's wrong with you all? Huh? Only complaining, grinding, and growing and fed up all your stupidness. But the NNP created this mindset in the heads of these people, that the government had to come and do everything for them. Every single thing, the government had to come and do it. We got to take initiatives. We got to help our people, help our communities. All of a sudden, everything you want the government to do this, government to do that, government that. What's wrong with all you? Huh? You have the president of the union, complaining about this and late this. And you know who doing it? His members, The members of the union within those different ministries. The members of those different unions in the ministries, then carrying out the duty properly, then pulling the weight, only sabotaging and undermining the damn government for the NNP to run on a radio station and bump you the bad mouth watch. What's wrong with all you? Sort it all yourself. These schools exist in our communities, right? And then the people who are supposed to get the money based on the minimum wage and so on, it's public servants. Some of them, they're sabotaging the damn government. But the ministers, sometimes you need to be a dictator in your ministry. Sometimes you got to be tough. If I am in charge of something, you have to ask a question, You will know by the time you get there, Kem Jones is in charge of that. No if, no but, no maybe. You got to be that sometimes. And let them fear you. Because there are people who can only do things when they fear you. I'm telling you, sometimes they got to fear you to get the thing done. Let them talk. Let people talk. That's their business. Let them be afraid of you. That is what NNP did for 23 years and a half. Those police officers, they were afraid of some of those ministers. They were afraid of some of those ministers. They were scared. They had full respect for them. When they see them, they're saluting them. No. You see some of those senior officers, them saluting the ministers? No. They see them as equals. Equals what? They're not your equal. They're ministers of government. They're policymakers. Because they could make your life a living hell. That's what's going on here. They would see some of those elected members of parliament and elected government ministers, Ministers of government. Some of those police officers, they're not even saluting them. Under the NNP time, they were so afraid of those ministers. They were saluting them. Saluting them. This damn shit has to stop in this country. It has to stop. And I am saying, those ministers of government, you got to take charge. Let these people respect you. Let them know that you're the boss. And who vexed the loss? You got to do that. Or else they're going to ride you over. They're going to walk over you. They're accustomed doing that. They know how to do it. They're accustomed doing it. They're bad-minded like that. I'm not guessing this thing. I know what I'm talking about. So they're sabotaging and undermining the government. And they realize that the government did so well for the independence celebration and everything like that. And you know why they did so well? I could tell you, I could tell you why they did so well. Because it was not PSs. It was not the people within the ministries who are carrying out the duty and the roles and everything. It was a secretariat. So they take all this thing out from the ministry, this and ministry that, and they put it in the secretariat. Gail Purcell was in charge of the secretariat and still in charge. And then you had a committee with a chairperson separate and apart. That is why this thing was so effective, And then you had Orlando and his team with the creative industry. They were getting this stuff done. So they will go through all kind of red tape, all kind of stupidness to get this thing done. Or else, if it was within those ministries and them crap or smoke with pipe. That is why the thing was so nice, and so successful, You didn't realize that? Well, I'm telling you now. I'm telling you the reason why it was so successful. Because it was not going through those ministries. That's the reason why. That is the reason why. If you want something to be successful and effective, take it out from those ministries. Just pull it out from it and do it separate and apart. Or else those crooked, bad-minded NNP surrogates and goons and supporters within the system, they're undermining it. They're very good at that. Right? Hello?
Hey, Ken.
Hey?
Morning.
Morning.
It's the same thing that took place on the Tillman Thomas happening now,
Yes.
Same thing. They had to move some of these people.
No, I fully agree, man.
They had to move them.
All right.
But
Yeah, they got to move these people because, you see, they're sabotaging the government. They want the government to look bad. Look, something as basic as a letter. Just a letter, to send to the principals in the schools to say to them that the school feeding program is free. You no longer have to collect the $1 because government is supplying the schools with all that is required. From time to time, they would need citrus, they would need vegetables and other things like that. But the community could provide that. The PTAs, all you're going to do only make bacchanal. The PTAs in the different schools. You could do that, mobilize. And those NNP, all them NNP and them pundits and surrogates and goons and lumpengs and zygotes and sycophants who go on radio and call radio and talk rubbish. Take the initiative, or little damn bad mind. Take the damn initiative, right? And mobilize these fruits and vegetables in the community and go and give the school so that they can have the school feeding program could continue. Thing wasting in the backyard. Everything is not about money. What's wrong with you all? What's wrong with you all? Come on. We need to step up and see our community. The school exists. The school is in our communities. They're right there. But you have everything spoiling in your back and you're greedy. Too damn greedy. Take it and bring it to the school. Come on, man. When I hear people talking about $1 and they say it's supposed to be free and $1, I pass and I seen 10 cents and 5 cents, I think, on the ground now. People even picking it up. Before time, people used to pick it up. Not now. People used to pick up that. And when you check it, you have $5, $6, $7, Yeah. The NNP, they bankrupt of ideas. The NNP, what become of the NNP party? You remember some years ago, they bring some fig and rice and thing in the hospital to make a big scene. And when the camera pick up, it's Caritas rice, Caritas poor relief, the Catholic poor relief thing they bring there, and try to make political mileage out of it. So why you can't do a similar thing again? Bring it to the schools and so on. And get some political mileage now. Now you're talking all your damn stupidness every time on a radio and nonsense. That's why I don't open up this program for too much people to call them, because these people call this program, I'm putting them straight. I will tell them, go in the community, go and look in the community to see who have situations on spoiling, mobilize it, right? And bring it to the school. Bring it to the school, man. You have your grandchildren there, you have your children there, you have all your young government come and what? Feed them? You want them to clothe them, feed them, to hold them, everything. What's wrong with all you? You're so damn lazy. Pick up all yourself. And the majority of people are NNP supporters. NNP supporters. Watch. I had to go in funeral. My good partner, Larry Joseph, my partner there, Larry. She work in Liat and, good guy. Sajiko, I think he work in Sajiko now. His wife passed away. The funeral is 9:30 this morning down at the Catholic church in Grandlands, right? I had to go and support my boy because he has always been there for me. All right. So have a nice day, have a nice weekend. I'll be back on Monday morning. Normal programming. On Monday morning, normal programming. All right? Take good care. Oh boy. I want to extend my deepest condolences to all those who have lost loved ones. I know of so many people who have lost loved ones. Joe Palmer, my good partner there. I know you lost your brother. Teresa Batson, or I call her Leonora. Leonora, what name she uses on Facebook? Leonora Augustine. Yes, you lost your mom. Accept my deepest condolences. A number of people. Mike's wife, Judy Williams. She Brathwaite. Judy Brathwaite from Grand Roy. Mike used to call this program from time to time. He passed away. May your soul rest in peace, my brother. There are a number of other people. Karak, who I know. There are a number of people, right? A good friend. When I talk about Dr. Jan something Peters, something like that, right? And a number of other people. Accept my deepest condolences. I'm sorry for your loss. Stay strong. There are other people I didn't call their names, but a lot of people who lost loved ones in recent times. Accept my deepest condolences. All right? Stay strong. God is good all the time. God is good. So, folks, take good care and bye for now. Gotta go freshen up and get ready to go to a funeral. Yesterday I went to one, and that's what it is. You gotta show your support.